At the height of their popularity, GameStop was the largest video game retailer in the world. But how did they get there? In this firm analysis of GameStop, I'm going to talk about 2 internal weaknesses and 2 external weaknesses and practical solutions they could use to move forward successfully. But first, I'm going to give some background about the company. Let's talk about GameStop's origins and subsequently how they eventually came to the place they are now. GameStop is a U.S. company that first opened in Texas as Babbage's Inc. in 1983, opened by 2 Harvard Business School graduates. Babbage's had mixed success in the beginning and grew to over 300 stores, but started to struggle from competition and, in 1994, merged with another struggling gaming retailer, Software Etc., under the name NeoStar Retail Group, but was still struggling from competition and filed for bankruptcy in 1996. Barnes & Nobles bought NeoStar and, in 1999, launched the company under the name GameStop. Barnes & Noble's combined GameStop with another company they had acquired named Funkoland, which specialized in the reselling of used games and owned the magazine Game Informer. By 2001, they had 1,000 stores and went public in 2002, with Barnes & Noble's holding the controlling shares. In 2004, Barnes & Noble's dissolved their shares to stockholders, and GameStop became an independent company. This marked a period of amazing growth for the company. In 2005, GameStop started acquiring much of their competitors in the gaming market and opening hundreds of new stores. They became a multinational company. Here is a list of some of their acquisitions. Following their past success emerging with Funkoland, which brought them into the pre-owned game market, GameStop used these acquisitions to diversify. EB Games sold a wide range of electronics. Free Record Shops opened up the music market in Norway. Jolt was a web browser game developer from Ireland. Congregate Games was another browser-based game company. Spawn Labs brought with it patented technology for game streaming and virtualization. Impulse was an online gaming platform. Buy Mytronics was an online selling platform for used electronics. Simply Mac was an Apple reseller. Spring Mobile was a retailer of AT&T products, and ThinkGeek opened up the collectibles market. GameStop grew into the largest video game retail company in the world, offering consoles, games, pre-orders, perks, and the buying and selling of used games and consoles. After the 2008 recession took out their only true competitor in the used games business, Game Crazy, there was little competition left, and by the 2010s, they had a near monopoly in the used game market. When they launched as a publicly traded company in 2002, the stock traded for $9 a share. This grew to $28.33 a share in 2006, growing to $61.45 a share just a year later in 2007. This was the height of their stock prices, at least until the recent excitement in 2021, which we will talk about a little later. GameStop does a phenomenal job of fostering customer loyalty. They made pre-ordering and purchasing new games and consoles into an event, creating a must-attend feeling among gamers, giving out limited-run licensed merchandise, exclusive in-game content, and other perks with these pre-orders. Their midnight releases often had long lines of loyal customers waiting for the latest, greatest games with coveted limited release keepsakes and that exclusive in-game content. They created an impeccable customer loyalty program called Power Up Rewards and Power Up Rewards Pro, which was the paid version with more perks and came with a subscription to Game Informer magazine. Game Informer quickly became the world's #1 video game magazine in 2011. The depth of this loyalty of their customers was on full display when hedge fund manager Game Plotkin attempted to short GameStop stock in 2021, which would have essentially put the now struggling company out of business. Using forums like Reddit, these diehard loyal customers caused a trading frenzy, almost putting some well-known hedge funds out of business, causing an uproar on Wall Street, and even leading to a congressional hearing, also some documentaries, and at least one movie. GameStop started having difficulties long before the pandemic. Gaming in the gaming industry essentially changed. In the early 2010s, the 7th generation of the gaming consoles offered digital downloads of their games, which put a major blow to GameStop's lucrative used game market. By 2014, they offered merchandise like collectibles and clothing. In 2018, their longtime CEO, Paul Raines, resigned due to health issues, and his replacement, Michael Moeller, resigned a few months later. This was the catalyst to one of GameStop's greatest internal weaknesses, lack of internal leadership. According to Akash Sharam from Reuters, GameStop has had 5 CEOs and 3 CFOs in the last 5 years. Terminations of their CEOs has led to difficulties in attracting qualified replacements. This ever-changing leadership is still causing stock prices to falter. Internal struggles are never good for an organization. According to Michael Peregrine from Forbes, an avalanche of change can create emotional fatigue, leading to apathy and lack of confidence in employees. This change fatigue causes an environment that leaves employees feeling overwhelmed. This can be extremely problematic for organizations. Overwhelmed, apathetic employees do not care about quality or customer service. To forge a path into the future, GameStop needs a strong leader, and they need to let them actually lead. Give them time to set a plan in motion and see it through. This leads to their second internal weakness, a successful path forward. GameStop has not been able to get its footing in the 2020s. The resurgence in business during the pandemic due to people turning to games for entertainment while they were stuck at home and new gamers drawn to a distraction in uncertain times has not been enough to sustain the organization. The company needs a clear direction, and they need it quickly. The practical solutions to these internal weaknesses seem simple, but they are far from it. Finding that leader that can move the company forward will be an arduous task. There are so many paths the company can take forward. It is imperative that they set forth a path, make the needed internal changes, and excel. Now let's talk about their external weaknesses. It is no surprise that their first and biggest external weaknesses are the other gaming and electronics giants like Best Buy. Best Buy offers many of the same gaming and electronics. They have also started to dabble in the collectibles market. Best Buy has more offerings like television, sound systems, computers, phones, large and small home electronics. Who doesn't like a one-stop shop? Then there is Best Buy's biggest draw, their Geek Squad. They can install and fix your electronics. Other large retailers like Walmart and Target have also taken their toll on GameStop. At those large retailers, you can get your electronics, your groceries, and your prescriptions. To combat these weaknesses, GameStop needs to focus on their fierce customer loyalty with rewards programs and foster those partnerships and relationships they have relied on in the past, like the one with Microsoft. That partnership aimed to advance GameStop's key strategic pillars and extend its digital omnichannel ecosystem. It entered into a multi-year strategic partnership agreement with Microsoft Corporation, further advancing its strategy to expand its physical and digital video game offerings, as well as enhance the company's retail technology infrastructure. With the Microsoft partnership, they were able to exclusively offer Xbox All Access. Customers could purchase the console and 24 months of Xbox Game Pass with no upfront costs, making it accessible to lower income families. This fostered a whole new generation of loyal customers. They should also focus on those partnerships with game manufacturers that give them exclusive in-game content when the games are downloaded from GameStop's platform. Their second external weakness we are going to talk about is the world is changing. We are at the precipice of an inflection point. Inflection points are cultural or environmental shifts that have a dramatic effect on the way people live, work, or do business. Now is the time to pivot. In the past, they were able to stay in front of changes by acquisitions, opening new markets in online gaming and omnichannel retailing. This time, GameStop needs to make some big changes. They have spent too much time escalating commitment in areas that are quickly becoming obsolete, like their brick and mortar stores. According to an article by Aurora in 2023, the global revenue generated by the gaming industry is greater than the global revenue generated by the music and movie industries combined. The gaming market is expanding exponentially, and GameStop has the potential to stay a huge part of that industry. The largest market share of the industry is held by mobile gaming. You can see by this chart, it is more than double the market shares held by computer gaming or console gaming. GameStop should capitalize on this phenomena and put their focus on mobile gaming. Everyone has their phone with them at all times, waiting in a doctor's office or at school. The mobile games are easy to access and easy to spend your money on. Get to that pesky level you cannot pass? What's the harm in purchasing an upgrade? Why not? It's only $1.99. GameStop has the potential to be relevant far into the future with its legion of loyal fans, great leadership, and a clear path forward. My name is Julie Massengill. Thank you so much for listening to this firm analysis of GameStop. Here are the references I used to create this analysis. Thank you and have a great day.